What's going on? It's James Conti coming at you from Jakarta, Indonesia, of all locations. I'm currently in transit from Perth to Europe, where I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of what it's like to travel around the world while also making money online from my laptop, running businesses, helping clients, doing everything that I talk about on this channel every single day. And honestly, I think you're gonna have an absolute blast. I'm gonna share stories about what it's like to run an online business while traveling the world, different tips and tricks I've learned along the way, and there's gonna be some very, very cool things happening on this trip that you're not gonna wanna miss. So we're here at the Ritz-Carlton in Jakarta. We're staying here for a night and then hopping on an Emirates flight all the way to Rome in Italy, and I cannot wait for you to see what we get up to. So we've gone ahead, done some work. My laptop died because I didn't have the right adapter. We're gonna go to the shops now to go ahead and get adapters, get some food, go do a bit of shopping, and then from there, gonna have some dinner, and then we're gonna get some sleep before the big flight tomorrow. So I'll see you in the vlog. Enjoy. Check out the size of this room. This is actually insane. It's basically like a ginormous apartment, but the funny thing is it costs about the same amount of money as you'd pay at your standard hotel at a Marriott or a Hilton. This is absolutely unreal. The staff have been so far absolutely wonderful to us, and I can't wait to see what we get up to while we're here. By the way, this is my very first time filming my own vlogs, my very own camera, so if we've got shaky cam, if I come across like I'm a little bit of a noob, there's a reason for that, because I am. All right, so we are in like the biggest shopping center I think we've ever seen, in the middle of Jakarta, next to the hotel. If you have a look at this, this is just the entryway. There is like 18 million floors that go up here, which will open up in a second when we go out there. But all I know is that I'm gonna be very bored, and Eva, who loves shopping, is gonna have the best time of her life. So this is insane. This is a Lego spot. Now, if you're somebody who travels a lot like me, Eva tried to tell me for a long time about Ramoas, and I wasn't convinced about spending $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on a suitcase, but these are actually pretty solid. And out of all the suitcases of mine that have been ruined, Eva's Ramoa is the one that's left standing. So,
yeah, and it's lifetime warranty. They will care for you.
That's it. All right, here we go. Check this out. Look at the size of this place. It goes on and on and on and on and on. This isn't a shopping center, this is a shopping planet. I remember when I first started my online journey and I wanted to get out of being a barista. I was making $300 a week pouring coffees, and it wasn't bad, but I wanted the ability to travel and to do things that I enjoy while also getting paid to do so. And so as I started to learn the skills, I eventually started to make enough money online that I could actually do some traveling. And even though I've been doing this, since I was 18 years old, I'm 24 now, so I'm getting old. But one of the things that I don't think will ever get old is the ability to travel and see the world and walk around a ginormous shopping center for hours on end while Eva's doing whatever Eva's doing, and still be able to make money, and still be able to know that on my phone, on my laptop, there are ways and there are systems and there are businesses that I can run with only an hour per day and actually generate an income, which is really, really cool. And so today, while I've done this, I've also been at the hotel, I've met with my clients, I've been coaching them, I've been working on a couple other businesses I've been launching recently, and they're doing great. But I did that still with about an hour and a half out of my day, and now I can walk around. I'm gonna check out Time Zone, I'm gonna check out the Lego store, have a ton of fun, and then from there, have some dinner and get a massage to end the night off. So one of the biggest blessings about online business is just the fact that you can do this stuff, travel the world, and still be able to generate a paycheck and an income for yourself at the same time. So look, obviously there's the flashy stuff. Some people, they enjoy the Raris and the Lambos, stuff like that, but I'm not that flashy. I just enjoy being able to spend my time doing things that are cool and making money at the same time. All right, we're all sorted now. We've got the wall charger, we've got the adapter ready to rock and roll, so that when I get home, I can jump back on my computer and actually have some charge in it. But I tell you what, one of the most interesting things about walking around any shopping center is that for the longest time, up until about 15, 20 years ago, when the internet really started to take off, is this was a way that people bought things. They would come to a shopping center, they would park their car, they would show up at the store that they want to shop at, and they would browse, and they would talk to the store clerks, and they would pick things up, they would put things down, and that was the business model. These businesses would have to pay rent, they would have to pay all the staff costs, they would have to get themselves into a ginormous building like this, and that was the way they did business for a very, very long time. And nowadays, what's really interesting is that you don't need to have all this office space. You don't need to rent a building inside of a ginormous building with a billion other buildings inside of it and have to do all the different stuff. You can just open your phone, and open social media apps where people are already shopping online. There is no rent, there is no staff, there is no complications, there is no electricity or water or power bills. You can quite literally open up a couple of social media apps that are already on your phone and learn how to do something called organic dropshipping, which is what we talk about on this channel. And it's the exact way that my clients get started making an extra 3 to 4 to 5 grand a month or more just selling products on their phone, again, without having to build a big store inside some other ginormous shopping center and having to pay all those bills, and at the end of the day, most likely living breaking even. And so we live in a day and age where nowadays, if you have your phone, which chances are you either have a phone or a computer you're watching this on, if you have a device in front of you, there is no reason why you can't get started selling products online too and have to avoid being a part of all this mess. If you know anything about me, you will know that I am a ginormous Batman fan.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
And we don't get a hell of a lot of toys in Australia, where I'm from, that are really that exciting. You have to do a lot of your stuff online, and this stuff, whenever I get to travel, I always like to see what kind of toys and action figures they have, because this stuff is obscene. This is the toys from the Batman animated series from the 90s that I grew up on watching as a kid, and this is just obscene how much cool stuff that they have from different iterations, different comics, different animated series from over the years. And even though it's not the coolest, flashiest thing, this is the kind of stuff that makes traveling really fun for me and really worth the trip. Again, we're in a bit of a layover here in Jakarta, and we have to kill some time. We have to find a way to let the next day and a half kind of go by so we can get on our flight to Rome. And in the meantime, we've been looking at different restaurants. We have some friends who actually came by here before us, and they found this place called Osteria Gia, an Italian restaurant, and all the TikToks and all the videos looked absolutely incredible. And so when we try it out for ourselves, our friends are glowing about it. TikTok, social media, they're all glowing about it. In fact, it had one of the highest sort of review scores I've seen for a restaurant. It had 4.8 average stars on like 4,000 reviews. It was pretty intense. So I'm excited. I love Italian food, and we're going to enjoy ourselves, and I'll take you along for the ride. Oh. So last night we had an incredible Italian dinner. As you saw from my not so great footage, it was wonderful. And after that we got a massage, which was also incredible. And then I was completely knocked out, fell asleep. And now it's time for a very late lunch, because we did have a bit of a sleep in. Had some time to coach my clients, work on a couple of cool things. Went to smash some lunch, check out of the Ritz-Carlton, and get ready to go over to the airport so we can check in for our Emirates business class flight to Rome. I can't wait to show you what that looks like, what it includes, and also what it's like working on a super long haul flight, and why it's called business class in the first place. When you get some business done, get some work done, and I'll be bringing you along for the journey. But first, let's get some lunch. All right, so we have just checked out of the hotel. We've got about 4 or 5 hours to kill. So I've got my laptop right in front of me, and I'm just working with some of my clients. And what's really cool is I want to actually show you what the inside of an actual client group looks like, because a lot of different programs out there, when you look at them, they'll talk about all these clients that are making so much money, but when you actually ask them, hey, can you show me your client group? They don't really have much to show. It's a lot of problems, a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, a lot of complaints, not actually people making money. So if you have a look at this right here, if I go through here and I sort literally by newest posts, we got Blake, another one in the bag. He's just made his second sale off the rip. Go further, new people jumping into the program. Peter, smashing sales. Go further, Madison, first sale, very excited as they only started the journey on Sunday. You can see it like that. And what I really think is cool is that this stuff goes forever. This is not a couple of posts here and there. This is ongoing forever and ever and ever. Angus looking at this, 2 months, that's his eBay totals, tracking some of his sales here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, not to brag, but this stuff, these are our client results. These photos and these screenshots of our clients making money, these go back for years. This one client group, it's not our only client Facebook group, it's one of our client Facebook groups. This group goes back to 2022, and these sales go back further than you could ever imagine. So I'm gonna be going ahead and getting a little more work done with my clients, and a couple of drinks, get ready for the airport, and I will see you over there. Now, as somebody who travels a lot, I have been told for years and years and years that you want to invest into good quality luggage. And so I just got myself 2 Rimowa suitcases totaling about 5 grand Australian. But what's really cool about these is they're strong, they're durable, they're very spacious, but they actually come with a lifetime warranty. So with the amount that I travel, whether it's going around the country, spending time with Ecom Boss clients, going to masterminds around the world, meeting with my mentors, I travel a lot, which means my luggage can get scuffed pretty bad. And so it's a lot better to spend a little bit of money once, get some really good luggage, and then from there know you're taken care of by a great customer support team. If there's any issues, if any dents, if there are any scuffs, they'll go ahead and get that sorted out for you. that's what this is all about. So I'm out here in Ramoa, in Jakarta, wrapping up my trip before we head to the airport by getting myself some beautiful new luggage. So you're the aviation expert, and we're about to go on a Boeing 777, but that's not the good one. The A380, which is the second flight, that's the good one.
Yeah, that'll be the nice one. It's a really nice aircraft, and it also has a really nice like cabin layout as well. Exciting times ahead.
It'll be good. Eva is learning how to fly at the moment, so she's an up-and-coming pilot, and so every little part of a plane and the takeoff and the landing is now being criticized by the expert over here. And so yeah, we've heard interesting things about the 777 compared to the A380, especially when you look at stuff like business class. So we're looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like, and yeah, we'll see what airplane Yelp has to say. Am I funny, guys? Do you like me? Alright, so we just got off the plane from Jakarta to Dubai. We have a 3-hour layover here, and to be honest, the reason why there wasn't much content is because I actually slept through the whole flight. I sat down, they gave me some chicken, I went to bed, and I woke up when we were landing, and so that was the fastest 7-hour flight I think that I've ever been through. But what's happening now is we just checked into the Emirates lounge, got a few hours to kill, got my laptop, we've been working with some clients, working on some really cool content for the YouTube channel and my Instagram, and as well as a couple other secret projects that you don't know about yet, but you soon will. So I'm gonna get some work done, get some food, grab a drink, and I'll take you along for the ride. Forgot to mention what's really cool is for the first time I'm gonna be going on an A380 flight, and that is just leagues and leagues and leagues ahead of a 777, like you heard Eva talking about. The seat design, everything that comes with it is very, very cool, and so I'm excited to actually get some content this time around because I won't be sleeping all the way through the day. I'll be getting some work done, so I'm excited to see what that's like, see what all the hype's about, and make some cool memories while I'm at it. All right, Eva, this is your seat. Look at that, big upgrade from the 777. Miss Aviation Expert. Let's have a look. All right. Are we comfy? Beautiful. That's with a little mini bar, a little touch screen to touch, some foot room. Get the dogs out, and we got Leonardo da Vinci ready to rock and roll. Oh, see you on the other side then. I'm losing my voice, but we are here in Rome. We had some beautiful pizza and pasta last night. I spent the last few hours up on the rooftop of the Sofitel in Rome, getting some work done, replying to clients, and having some beautiful pastries and coffee and mortadella. It was wonderful. And so today we're catching a train all the way over to Naples, which is apparently the home of where pizza was created, and maybe it's where the Napolitana sauce comes in, something like that. But when we catch the train down there, and I've got a solid hour or so to get some more work done, I'm making sure to run a beautiful carriage which has Wi-Fi and chargers. So I'll be working on some stuff for my clients as well, and going out there and trying some beautiful, beautiful food and taking you along for the journey. So let's go to Naples and I'll show you what we get up to. All right, so we're on our way to a train. I'm going to be going first class from Rome to Naples, and this is the train station. Hanging out, got my trusty laptop, made sure I got all my chargers and stuff to get some work done, and it's gonna be a good journey. So I'm very excited, and let's hop on the train. All right, so we got to Naples and we asked the driver to find us the best pizza in Naples. He took us to this place that was opened in 1870. We had the most insane pizzas that we couldn't finish. That was so good, between the dough and the sauce and the cheese. It was absolutely incredible, but we didn't have enough room to actually finish them. So there were still 3 pizzas lying around by the end of it. It was incredible, and each pizza was only €6, which is the cheapest pizza I've ever seen, and actually the best pizza I've ever eaten. And so that was brilliant. Then we've got a driver to go all the way to Pompeii. We've just made it here to Pompeii. We're about to go into the gates with a tour, and I'm very excited to show you what that looks like. I've been wanting to see Pompeii ever since I was a kid. I get those little history books with all the photos telling the stories of what happened, who was there, the impact that it had, and so now we get to finally see, oh, there's Eva. Eva, say hi. Now we actually get to see Pompeii for real, in real life. So let's go and have a look. All right, so we just wrapped up in Pompeii. We had about an hour to actually do the tour because we didn't actually calculate the time right. So we had about 45, 50, 55 minutes with this incredible guide. His name was Elijah, and I'll show you guys some footage real quick from us walking around Pompeii. It was wonderful, and now we are on the first class passage of the train going back to Rome, got some work done, was speaking to the clients, was actually onboarding a company members on our team, and it was just a really, really good time to sit down, have some snacks, and get some more work done. And we'll see you for whatever comes after that.
Good morning. We are day 3 in Rome, in Roma. We're just having some breakfast. James is having a buffet breakfast to fuel himself. Typical boy breakfast. I am having eggs with salmon and hollandaise sauce, but we're starting off the day with some cafe, some coffee. How are you feeling, James?
I'm good. It's been a bit of a battle the last couple of days with the jet lag, and you know, we get really tired at 4 or 5 p.m. Go to bed like grandparents, and we'll wake up like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, ready to rock and roll, energized, ready to conquer the day. And so we're slowly starting to acclimate now to going to bed a bit more of a reasonable time, waking up more of a reasonable time, and yeah, that's what it's all about. So I'm trying to actually make sure I eat as much food as possible so that I stay on track with my fitness goals, because one of the biggest things, if I'm going on holiday, I'm in Italy, having a lot of carbs, not a lot of protein, and so a lot of the weight training stuff they do at the gym could get wasted if all I'm eating is pasta. And so I'm trying to make sure I eat as much meat as possible, get my protein intake up, and I think we should be good. But today we have no idea what we're doing. We've got a bit of work done this morning, worked with some clients, working on some cool content for the channel, and then from there, I have no idea what we're going to be doing. I think it's up to you today, Eva. You're going to be the one who's picking.
Ooh. I think shopping.
No.
I think shopping.
Sightseeing.
Okay. Well, you get to see what we get up to, I'm sure, in the next part of the video.
Nothing but designer store after designer store after designer store after designer store. This goes on forever, and I'm very well caffeinated. That was wonderful. It was really cool sitting there having a shot of espresso in 2 sips and then getting out of there within 1 or 2 minutes. It's very efficient when you think about it, and I can see why it's definitely got a tradition behind it. So that was super cool. I'm gonna check out some of the shops right now. He was already found a couple, and see what we get up to from there. Hi, Cal.
Hey.
All right, we are now off to an AS Roma game. Got some beautiful VIP tickets to go check out the game right here in Rome. It's gonna be very, very cool. I'm somebody who's quite new to soccer and football, not really my thing. So I'm gonna be learning what it's all about right now. Let's check out how it goes. So we left Rome, I've lost my voice, and we're about to get ready to board an incredible cruise, the MSC Europa, along the Mediterranean coast, and there is so much fun that I have in store, but alas, I've actually been losing my voice, and so I've been working with my clients primarily over text and chat and sending little short voice messages, because right now I just don't have the voice to do it. And so pros and cons of traveling, a lot of the things that I guess affect my voice as somebody who talks a lot for a living is whenever I'm in planes or I'm in different climates, my vocal cords can get a little bit messed up, and here we are today with a lost voice. So we're about to board the cruise, get into our cabin, get my laptop, get my workstation set up. I can't wait, but I want to make sure that you get a chance to see it along the way. And if you hear a little bit less than me than normal, it's because I cannot speak without sounding like I'm a 14-year-old who just hit puberty. But let's go ahead, board the cruise, and see what's on board for us. All right, so we're about to go on the Vent. We're at 20 floors up. About to go on this bad boy. It's gonna go from level 20 all the way down to level ground. Gonna do shopping, get some food, get a bite to eat. This will be really cool because it's just straight from the top all the way to the bottom. Let's see how it goes. Well, you went first, so I heard your scream first.
That was not what I expected. Also got a bit of a back massage while you were going down.
You did?
That was sick AF. That was so cool.
Oh my god, I heard your scream vibrating. So Palermo was very, very interesting. It was beautiful in its own way. We had some of the best arancini and granita and cannolis that we've ever had in our entire lives, and we had a blast there. And then after that we went and saw a couple of shows over on the cruise ship, and today we're actually in Malta. We got some work done this morning and we head on down off the ship to get to Malta, and this place is absolutely unreal. It's a big island, Eva, from my understanding. And so we're about to go do something called Blue Grotto, which apparently is we get into some boats of some sort, and then they take us underneath a cave. We have to lie down and do some stuff. I'm not very good at knowing this stuff. I kind of just jump in when I show up, but this is absolutely unreal. I wish you could see this stuff, but it is very, very beautiful, and we're very excited. So we're gonna go heat up Blue Rotto, get some food after that, and then it's water slide time on the cruise, which we're looking forward to. And then after that, interviewing some new team members over at Ecom Boss. We're getting some more coaches on board, some more people involved in our sales department, our delivery department, which is very exciting as well. So next couple of days, I'm gonna be on the cruise ship as well, doing interviews, speaking with potential new candidates to come work with us, and it'll be very, very exciting. So with that being said, let's head on down to Blue Grotto. We're working. But I wanted to give you a little update on what it is that we've been up to here on the cruise ship. So outside of doing a bit of sightseeing and again, getting engaged, I've been very, very busy working on Ecom Boss. You see, we've been running Ecom Boss in different versions and capacities for 3-4 years now, and it's something that I'm very proud of. It's basically become my life's work in a way, and we have gotten to the point now where our results is second to none. Our reviews are second to none. Our strategies are second to none. And again, this is not me just saying stuff. When I go into our client group, you can again see, boom, Madison Baker already making approximately $1,000 in sales. Madison making $285 in a single day. We can keep going. New clients jumping in. First sale there, more sales, $135 sale to start the weekend. Like, this stuff goes on absolutely forever. And as you can see, the results and the reviews speak for themselves. There's not a single person on here that's saying anything other than Ecom Boss is the best program that I've ever joined. The results are there, the coaching is there, and that's something that I'm very, very proud of. So we've been going out there and expanding the team. I've hired 3 new team members while on this ship alone. I've been doing interviews, I've been doing sourcing, I've been taking referrals from friends in the industry to make sure that I can get the best team members coming on board for Ecom Boss. So I've been getting on Zoom calls at crazy hours in the morning, having Zoom calls, meeting new candidates, and in turn, hiring people, which has been so fun. They're getting trained up, they're getting onboarded over the next few days. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, we work 24/7. We're always focused on getting the best results for our clients and spreading Ecom Boss as far as you humanly can. And on top of that, not only have we gone ahead and been working with our clients, we've been working on new things for the program for 2025, we've been getting new team members on board, 3 so far, more to come, but also, if you don't know, Ecom Boss is a primarily Australian company. We've mainly worked with clients in Australia for a very long time. We obviously have clients in the US and Canada that we've worked with over time, but it's been mainly Australia. And the reason why we've done that has been because, quite frankly, we just wanted to make sure that we can really nail it in our home country first before we go out there and really go to America or Canada or the UK and really expand. Now it's time. We've gotten to the point now where it's undeniable that our success rate and our client results and our client satisfaction, everything that we do is the best on the planet. And so coming to 2025, you're going to see a hell of a lot more than us in the States, in Canada, in the United Kingdom. And we're very excited for it because it means not only can we help more people, but we can do more events, and we can go to events in the US, we can go to events in Canada, we can go to events in the United Kingdom and help more people along the way. New Zealand as well, like places all over the globe. But Ecom Boss is now about to really, really hammer it worldwide, and I cannot wait. So you can stay tuned to that. That's what I've been really doing as I've been working here on my laptop on this beautiful, beautiful cruise ship. And we're about 2 days away from Christmas, which we'll be spending in Dubai with my brand new fiance. So with that being said, I apologize if I didn't get enough travel content. I mean, quite frankly, I've just been working and building Ecom Boss and getting the best results for our clients. But that's a little update on what we've been up to. And yeah, let's go ahead after this. We having breakfast. We're gonna get picked up by a chauffeur from Emirates. We're gonna be taken to the business class lounge, and then we'll be killing for hours or so before we hop on a flight to Dubai, check into the hotel, and get ready for Christmas. All right, so we're going from Rome now to Dubai. Now, I've never been to Dubai. This is my first time being there. I've got a lot of friends who live there who've told me great things. I've always been meaning to go and visit them. And finally, the one time that I go to Dubai to go see them, they're all back home in Australia, which is quite ironic. So I'll be going there, and none of them will be there with me. So regardless, I'm very excited to see what Dubai looks like, get some content. I've got a couple of people that I know in the industry I've been meeting up with, masterminding with, creating some content with, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. And on this specific flight, I'm going to be trying to get some sleep in because I've been absolutely wrecked with sleep the last few days, and work on a couple of cool promotions for Ecom Boss leading into the first few months of the year. Cheers for now. All right, we made it to Dubai, checked into the 5 Palm Hotel. Now, we had a bit of a blunder when it came to our room. This was not the room that we ordered, but it turned out that they don't have the room that we want until tomorrow. But regardless, here we are in Dubai. We made it. We got a semi-half decent view on this side. And tomorrow we get to go around that way to the room that I actually paid and booked for. But the main thing is, Habibi, we made it to Dubai. All right, so we are here on day 2, and we've actually got what we wanted. We've got a beautiful, gorgeous view here at the Fire Palm in the right room this time, and we're only here for a couple of days. We're about to go into Christmas time. We're about to go into Christmas lunch, Christmas celebrations. I probably won't film a lot of it, and then we're going to be doing a bit of a day at the mall, and then from there we're flying back home, going through Jakarta, staying a night at the Ritz-Carlton, just because the way that the layovers were going to work, it meant we had to be there overnight. Anyway, we had a bunch of work done, and then we're back home in Perth, which will be super, super exciting. But for now, here we are. It is Christmas Eve, and we cannot wait to see what we get up to. All right, that marks the end of that insane trip. I'm super jet lagged. I thought that at least stopping through Jakarta for a night because of the delays and the layovers and stuff would help me a bit. Not a lot. I'm really struggling to get through this, but that's what traveling is all about, is you create incredible memories and you can work in such incredible locations, meet some insane people. There was some incredible business connections that I made on this trip that I can't really talk about on this YouTube video, but they were worth every single dollar I spent on the trip alone. And these are the highs of obviously traveling, but the lows are obviously the time, the intensity, the drain it can take on your body and your mind. It's, you know, pros and cons, just like everything else in life. But it was a really fun trip. Obviously got to see some beautiful places, got to see Europe, Italy, France. I got engaged, which is a big one. And Octi's got to have an incredible Christmas in Dubai. So a bunch of things that I've always wanted to see, and it was an absolute blast. But that's the end of this trip. I'm gonna get some sleep, even though it's way too early in the day to be doing so, and I will see you in the next one.